NSAS protest is a scam. Scam. One thing I want everyone to know, according to my research and my experience or the analysis of a lot of movements or protests or the call and agitation for something that I've seen, only three things usually make things possible that will make your agitation successful. Just like the NSAS agitation and protest now. The federal government is now thinking of I've just scrapped SARS and they have they have SWAT. So, but before I go into the issue of SWAT, let's talk about SARS before it was scrapped. Mm-hmm. There has been several protests about end SARS on and the end SARS movement has been going on for more than 2-3 years now, isn't it? I even did it last year that I did it on a channel that I wasn't using, that I'm not using anymore. So I had to download it and re-upload it on this new channel. You can find it. You can find it among my videos. I'm going to put a link of it in the description below. So, for a movement to be successful, you need three things. The movement, it is either not seen as a threat to the government. I mean, it is clear enough, not seen as a threat to the government, and what you are asking for is not clashing with the interest of the government. Okay, maybe you are asking for you want the police to be paying more attention to you, or you went to the police station to complain of something and they are not doing what they should do well, right? Or you report to the government that what's the name, the filling station by the roadside, they are not selling the fuel pump price that has been ordered or stipulated by the federal government. And if that happens to be constitutional, to be unconstitutional, you can tell the federal government to switch into action, and they are going to do that, and that is even going to be beneficial to the people and beneficial to the government. And why? Because they are going to get praise that they are maintaining the fuel pump price, they are caring about the people, and everybody is going to praise them for that, right? That's the number one thing to make a movement successful. The second thing to make a movement successful, right, is to have an external force. Is to have an external force. What external force am I talking about? Is to have, let's say, we are fighting for an agitation in Nigeria now. Maybe let's just say we are fighting for, let's say this we are fighting for, let's say we have a president. I don't want to say Buhari, so it doesn't sound like maybe I'm trying to talk about Buhari should resign. No, I'm not here for that. But let's say maybe in the states now, right? In the states, you want the governor to resign, right? In any states, you want the governor to resign, right? And people are protesting. Then he is using policemen and army and military men and civil defense and all these security guys. He's using them to intimidate the people. The only way that the people can actually do that successfully is to have the backing of the federal government. If they can find a way to cause a clash between that governor and the president, because all the power that he is using is coming from the president. And even if most of those powers are not coming from the president have more powers to help the people in suppressing that governor. That is the second thing. And another third thing that will make a protest successful is when the protest or the clamoring or agitation reason, what you are agitating for or what you are asking for from the government, it is something they have never seen before. If you are asking for something that they never paid attention to, that thing has been existing, they've never been paying attention to, and it is, let's say, it is something that would attract more sympathy from the people. Let's look at the Black Lives Matter something now, right? There has been several agitations, call against racism. When you're talking about call against racism, you're not talking about the black people, You're talking about the black people, the Asians, the North Americans, the South Americans, Portuguese, Europeans, and all these people. There are some Africans that are not actually black too. The Egyptians, the Libyans. So, if just like the Black Lives Matter, right? I don't think they are, to the best of my knowledge, I can say I don't think there has ever been Cobra bitters for all sexual dysfunction, the real cure for premature ejaculation and weak erection. Order now on 090-2324-5320. Big as Black Lives Matter in history, even not as big. Anything that is like Black Lives Matter, anything like Black Lives Matter has never been existing or has never existed in the history of America, I think. Because I searched for most of the things. Most of those agitations were not again. Most of those agitations against racism were not focusing on the black people alone. But the Black Lives Matters, it focused on the black people alone. It is something the government haven't seen before. So even if the leaders of the country have enough power to subdue such things, they won't be able to subdue it. So which of these conditions has favored SARS? And what has favored SARS is the fact that there are some superior powers that are backing it. The government hasn't been really been paying attention to the SARS thing, right? And even if the federal government have been paying attention to police brutality in Nigeria, let me tell you, there is only a little they can do. Buhari can't be in every street. The AIG can't be in every street. The commissioner can't be in every street. The earlier we know this, the better it will be for us. So, since they can't be in every street, what do you think is the next thing to do? Is for us, we the people, to tell them to create a structure that is out of the police system. Let me tell you, there is only a little you can do about the police system whenever even like the police reform now, no, I said SARS is a scam, right? The SARS movement is a scam, right? I don't want to divert from that. Let me continue. Like I said, what has made this protest to blow now is that there are some enemies of Buhari and his federal government's cabinet, or this federal government's body. There are some political enemies behind that are against him in this country, right? That they have empowered and fortified, and they have been fueling the fire of the SARS protest. That is it. Do you think all these celebrities that are coming out, didn't they know police were killing people before? There's one guy, they used to call him Tilaman. He is a son of Alaafin of Oyo. That is almost the highest, the most influential king in Yoruba race. Let's say whether the most influential king or one of the top 2 most influential kings, because out of the most influential kings we have in Yoruba land, we have the Alaafin of Oyo and we have the Oni of Ife. We used to say, okay, one is bigger than the other, one is more influential than, or one has more traditional recognition and cultural recognition than the other, right? But we don't need all that argument now, right? The point is that Alaafin is one of the 2, or let me say one of the 3, because I'm from Ibadan, right? And in their ancestral history, I'm from Ibadan. I will count Ibadan as part of the so one of the 3 most important kings in Tilaman is the son of Alaafin of Oyo, and he once complained of how SARS men slapped him. They slapped him thoroughly, forgetting how he's a prince, and they even told him, even if your father is a prince, we are going to do this to you and all that. So the point is that this SARS protest this time, it blew up because there are a lot of political enemies who have fueled the fire. So now, these people, I'm sure that they are from the southern part of the country. Why? Because the people from the northern part of the country never supported this protest. So the only thing was that when they realized that, okay, they can't break Buhari with this SARS thing, because on the first day they brought SARS, and on the second or third day that the protest started, they were already calling for Buhari resign. That was when the North started when the northern people started they started reacting negatively to the protest, right? They initially kept silent. So after then, after the NSAS and the northern people have rejected the NSAS agenda, right? What they did was to start trending the end banditry in the north, end Boko Haram in the north, right? Of course, that's what I'm talking about. The SARS, what's the name that we are feeling here? I don't think it is as brutal as the terrorism that the northern people are feeling. I don't think. I haven't been there. I haven't seen the Boko Haram haven't bombed people in front of me. But I think, I feel, even though that is not accurate enough to use, but I think they have been, what they are going through is more terrible than what we are actually going through, right? But they are not having the mental readiness yet to kick against the president that is not doing the right thing against those things, against the terrorists, against the bandits, against the people that are killing people and destroying their lives, dislocating them, displacing them from their homes. They are not ready to fight against them unless they find someone that doesn't like the federal government, and that person will come to them and enlighten them that you should do this, you should do this, you should do this. If you do these things, Buhari is going to be geared to fight the Boko Haram and the bandits with everything he has got. When you see the northern people also come out to fight against the nonchalance of the federal government about Boko Haram and banditry. Despite that the northern people are dying, they were still supporting Buhari against the southerners that are protesting against police brutality. Why? Because someone is fueling our fire. A lot of the youth don't know who is actually fueling the fire, right? There are some points that you as a youth, as an individual, you feel like, I think this thing is enough, and I think we should sit down and listen to what the federal government is trying to say. Then you find some influencers still coming out and say, no, we are not going to agree. Not all the influencers, right? But the point is, there are some people that are actually fueling this. So who are the people fueling that? Well, you want me to mention names? Well, let me start from. I'm not saying these people I want to mention. I'm not saying they are the ones that are, but these are just some things I actually want to add up, right? The point is, we all know that the only person that should contact Solara Baba Herbs for herbal solution to all health problems on 090-2324-5320. Vulnerable in the Nigerian politics. I'm not talking of state politics, maybe Oyo State, Lagos State, or Ekiti State, Rivers State, or whatever. I'm talking about the whole Nigerian politics. The only person that should be vulnerable, really, really vulnerable right now, is Tinubu. We all know that. And this protest started in the morning of the same day that the order to arrest Tinubu came from the EFCC. Tinubu has been ordered to show up in the EFCC office before 48 hours. That was on I think, yes, that was 6 days ago. That was 6 or 7 days ago, right? On that same day was the same day, and that was the same day that the NSAS thing was the name started protest. It started topping the hashtags on Twitter. Most probably it could be Tinubu that has been, but I'm not saying he's the one. I'm not saying he's the one. I'm just, Yoruba people used to say and so it is that ojufiri that I'm telling you. That proverb simply means that, nobody would steal from a old man without him suspecting, without him having a tangible. You can't steal from an old man without him having a tangible suspicion or a tangible suspect. So That is it. And I'm not going to lie to you. With this now, Buhari has been able to calm down all the tension of this protest. And after the tension of this protest is gone, if Buhari actually want to do it, is to make sure that all the businesses that have been shut down due to the coronavirus lockdown and all these things, they are reopened, and schools are reopened. If schools are reopened, all the young boys doing all these things, you will go back to their schools and everything is going to be okay. I think all these things are going to and as well, after this protest, now government has brought what's the name? The Nigerian government has brought SWAT. Hmm? So is SWAT going to be able to do anything? Well, SWAT will just be like SARS. If anybody comes to tell you, well, the only thing is that some new rules that they will be setting in the police reform process. It's actually going to it's actually going to it's actually going to reduce those things. But the one fact I want to let every Nigerian know is that police brutality no be today. Police brutality didn't start when the Oyibo people came to colonize us. Even the messengers of the king's guard during the traditional times, when they get into the middle of the town or the outskirts of the town, in the middle of the town, they usually use their power of being the king's guard to oppress normal citizens, even when the Kabiyesi, or even when the king hasn't sent them to do so. It is normal. Look, that is human behavior. The strong always look for a way to oppress the weak. The bad ones, the bad people, though, not everyone. The bad people who are strong will always be trying to oppress the weak. So we have to live with that reality. Police brutality is everywhere. Police brutality is in America. Police brutality is in China. Only if you want to be deceiving each other. So if this one is happening in Nigeria, we have to look inward for a solution. So police brutality didn't start today. It has started since the days of ancient times. You don't take. So what we should do, the method that I would suggest to the federal government to do is that every federal honorable, every senator, even the ministers from every state, every appointees, and every elected official should have 2 lawyers for the districts or constituencies that they have come from. At least 2. I think even 5 is not too much. For them, and those lawyers are going to be the ones to be sorting issues, to be sorting whatever issues the people have with the police. Are you getting this right? These lawyers that has been employed, it should be part of their constituency allowance. You give them constituency allowance now. Akin Alabi has been doing this thing. Go ahead on Twitter and read about Akin Means Business. Akin Means Business and how Akin Alabi has been tackling police brutality in his constituency. It is really, really a brilliant idea. I'm not going to lie to you. And this can really reduce police brutality to the minimum, more than anything federal government can suggest of. I'm telling you, they can easily do it, and there will be a database for lawyers in every constituency. Maybe, for example, maybe I'm from one local government in Ibadan. Then I found myself in Osogbo. In problem with a police officer, whether SARS or SWAT or whatever. I would just have to go on Google, check the database, maybe the website of then get the number of call them. All we have to do is, okay, maybe follow them to the station, we'll come and meet you there, or stay there, or do this or do that. Because the fact is, not every Nigerian can afford a lawyer. Follow me to the ATM. Of course, you are not going to follow them, even though they might try to drag you. But look, there are some risks in life that they are like, at times, like, you have found yourself in the hands of armed robbers. So, but they are weaker armed robbers because they have got a uniform, right? They'll be afraid of the law a little bit. So you're going to use your wisdom to, to survive till the lawyer arrives. But let me tell you, all this SARS and was the name. Look, we can't say because people are being brutalized by the police, then we should say there shouldn't be police anymore. No, 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 no. Who is going to be catching the criminals? Who is going to protect the lives and properties of the people? I can tell you, a lot of Nigerians, not only Nigerians, a lot of people in several parts of the world right now have some evils that they want to do in their mind. Only the law has been keeping them in their rooms and not to go out there and commit those crimes. So that's it, man. Yeah. That's it. I don't want to elongate this video. This is almost one of the longest video on my channel. I hope you guys get the point that I'm trying to make. And let me make one prediction before I go. And this prediction is about Tinubu. After all this NSAS thing has been resolved by the president, I promise you, Tinubu is going to be arrested, and only by the grace of God is he not going to get jailed. Only by mere chance. Forget it. Unless it stops all this trying to play with all these acts of trying to play with the intelligence of the federal government and trying to play some power games and having power tussles with them. You can't share powers with the president. You did it when Saraki was there, and everybody thought Saraki was the problem. Now Saraki is gone, and only the unintelligent people, or let me say only the people who are not really being careful of observing things, wouldn't know you are the one. So well, I trust Buhari. Buhari know what to do. I don't need to say much. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, kindly make sure you subscribe, like this video, and comment. I reply every comment, and I drop videos every day. I drop videos every day, right? A news video or politics. I discuss news generally, but I discuss politics out of all the news most times. A news video every day, right? Or I miss some days, actually, as a matter of fact, but a news video every day, and a health video every 2 days. Yeah, and a health video every 2 days. Thank you. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel. I'm gonna see you some other time.